Shalom, all praises goes to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors goes out to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that have taught us this truth, and much love and peace and blessings goes out to all the hopeful elect brothers that are teaching the word of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. So this is gonna be a lesson, and I'm gonna entitle it "Beware of Eve," okay? Because this is gonna be surmising this article that recently came out that exposed this so-called black doctor, which is she's a black woman, which will be a Judite woman. She helped develop the COVID-19 vaccine. Now, of course, you should know what vaccine is because it rhymes with a certain word that's very prevalent right now, right? But basically, from the article, it says black doc who helped develop COVID-19 vaccine gets canceled for old anti-black tweets. But here it is. Here you got a picture of this woman, presumably it's her. And she's a so-called black woman herself. But you know what? Spirit she coming of hatred against her own people. Because that's how a lot of our people are. A lot of our people hate their own people and they sell out to the enemy in order to get gain in this world. So I'm going to get a few scriptures regarding the black woman's hatred for her own people, man. Show you that you always had these type of wicked people that, you know, basically hate their own people. Do this Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse Verse 56, it says, "The tender and delicate woman among you, which will not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness, her eyes shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom, and toward her son, and toward her daughter." Meaning what? The black woman, she hates her own nation. And even more to the extremity, the ones of her own household, her children, her sons, her daughters, her husband. Because that's why you have divorce rates skyrocket. They're very high amongst our people because our women they hate their own family, and it transcends that just our nation in general. Especially when you speak about the so-called black men, the black woman hates them, and that's just what it is. So this is First Maccabees chapter 1 verse 11. It says, "In those days went out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow." So that's the spirit of selling out, of basically hedging the ways of our nation, of your own nation, to which the black woman belongs in, and getting with the enemy, you know. So let's read some more of this article, because this should show you the spirit of this should basically reveal to you how these vaccines are not beneficial to you, because you got a black woman coming up with this to develop this shit, and she clearly hates her own people. Now you have the so-called, and it's funny because you have the so-called white man, you know, like really that devil Anthony Fauci, trying to promote some type of air of safety behind taking the vaccine by saying a black woman helped develop it. And they also had a so-called black woman take the first vaccine in America. So you see what they're trying to do. They're trying to pull the wool over the eyes, so to speak, and pull a fast one on our men, because they know that our men follow after the woman, because this is a topsy-turvy society, you know. But nonetheless, if you apply the wisdom of the scriptures, you will understand that, look, the black woman as a majority, they're the enemy. So the shit that they get into, you better stay far away from it. So it says Dr. Kizimika Corbett, which I actually hope I said her name wrong, because Fuck this bitch, man. It says viral immunologist and research fellow at the Maxine Research Center at the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, and the black woman who has been credited for developing the COVID-19 vaccine is now being canceled on social media after old racially insensitive tweets resurface. Backlash on Corbett's resurfaced tweets directly follow Anthony Fauci's insisting that black people take the COVID-19 vaccine because a black woman helped his creation. So this happens right after this guy was trying to insist that our people take this vaccine. So that show you this devil, he's being exposed. Okay? This devil is being exposed, man, on all fronts. Okay? Let's go to 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 8. It says, "And then that wicked shall be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming." So Esau, he's being exposed, man. Right after this guy tried to do this, to use this tactic to play on the minds of our people, this woman he's touting about got exposed. So that's the wicked being exposed. It says, the tweets that Twitter dug up showed Corbett, since deleted account, Beautifully Black, posting some interesting messages. Some include her saying, "I hope my kids have white friends. No offense, but most of you N-words and nigga," so let's just say it, niggas and nigga bitches have the worst friendship circle. In another tweet, she said, "I will probably end up marrying a white boy with the soulful voice. Questions making new plans in 2012. She also wrote, "I like my white boys to look like they can surf and got the daddy stroke, rare fine, but," and blah, blah, blah. You know, this bitch, she's just a wicked bitch, man. She's just one of many, many, many black women that has aided and abetted in destroying our nation, man. So you not to trust this shit, especially when Esau telling. Come on, man. Scriptures say, "Never trust thine enemy." So this is Isaiah chapter 3, verse 12. It says, "As for my people, children are their oppressors," and that child represents the Edomite, because Edomites are likened unto children in their behavior, their mindset. It says, "And women rule over them." So women have been the rulers of our nation for the past 50 plus years, ever since feminism, ever since drugs and gangs had overtaken the males of our nation. Women kind of got that authority since then. It says, "O my people, they which lead thee," so the black woman and the so-called white man, "cause thee to err and destroy the way of thy past." So they lead us in ways that are not good. The vaccine is not good. Okay, so let's go to a few scriptures, because I believe that's about all regarding this woman, because, you know, she's just a demon. You know, she's just a demon. But, you know, it's incumbent upon brothers to understand that, look, man, we move in circumspect. And it's also beautiful because the Most High is exposing everything. And through the scriptures, we're already made aware to these devil's tactics, okay? This is the book of Sirach, chapter 25, verse 24. In fact, let's go to the chapter. It says, "Of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die." So that scripture should let you know you ain't to be trusting in most women. You know, really, you shouldn't trust any woman. But the thing about it is, you know, sometimes you can have a sister or a woman in the spirit tell you certain things, you know, but of by and by, women don't have much good advice to offer, especially when it comes to spiritual matters and common sense. You know, you could definitely learn certain things from a woman, but the point is that women, through them come sin. If sin began with women, so that means that a woman is the funnel of all sin. So when you get into the ways of a woman and following everything that a woman does and says, you get into a wicked lifestyle. Like, for example, right, a lot of women of our nation desire drug dealers and so forth. So if you were all about pleasing a woman, pleasing the black woman, and so forth, you will be a drug dealer too. You will be a wicked nigga trying to be a rapper and all this shit too, just so you can get with these women. But it all goes back to Eve, because Eve ate of that forbidden fruit, the forbidden knowledge, right? And that sin caused death to enter into the world. So that's something to be had. You're supposed to learn from that example, that women do not operate with wisdom, especially the prime example is with these Maximes. It doesn't hold any weight that a black woman helped development. That doesn't mean shit, because the scriptures tell you what women are for what they are. They expose women for what they are, and that's less than you. If you're a man of the Most High, they're less than you. Your wisdom is to come out the scriptures in the brotherhood. It says, Job 39:17, because the Most High hath deprived her of wisdom, neither hath he imparted to her understanding. You see? So the Most High deprived the black woman of wisdom. That's why she's doing shit like developing Maximes. If this woman, hey, look, man, if this woman had any type of care in her mind or any wisdom, she would say to hell with a fucking Maxime. Because the scriptures also say in the book of Sirach that the Lord created medicines out of the earth. So that proves that this woman, and a lot of them, don't have wisdom. They're going to take the Maxime. So what are they? They're not wise. Okay? Because it's not a wise thing to take a Maxime. Here it is that mRNA comes from unclean animals and aborted fetuses. But you won't put that inside yourself. This woman knows that. She knows. But she won't tell you. She's an agent for Satan. This is what you got to understand. A lot of our women are agents for the other side. So you got to second guess the shit that they put out there. This is the book of Luke, chapter 8, verse 17. For nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest, neither anything hid that shall not be known and come abroad. You see? So there's nothing secret. Like these women in her tweets, she got exposed, talking about she wants to get with a white boy who could surf and can do this and do that. And look at her hair, by the way. It's flattened. And we know our women have an ancient custom of, they do, in the ancient world, our women did flatten their hair and so forth. They did do that. That's not something new. But the thing about it is, the modern so-called black women, they do that to fit in. They do that to fit in with the crowd of Edomites. You see what I mean? So this woman, she sold out, and she's a coon. She's the real definition of a coon. So all praises goes to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah, Kodash, and Shalom to you, brothers, and peace and blessings. Hopefully this was edified. Shalom.